Hello, beautiful seekers. Welcome back to the Existential Shift. If you're new, my name is Morgane and I'm happy to have you. Anyway, so this is big. I know everybody's talking about it, rightly so. I'd like to add my own oomph to it. So, this marvelous conjunction between Uranus and Mars and the North Node is happening in the sign of Taurus. Now, technically, it's happening on July 31st / August 8th. They're going to conjunct, meet up in the sky in the same Taurus degree in the 18th degree of Taurus. But it's not really a singular one-day event. This is more like a catalyst that you've probably been feeling the stir towards it, but it will have a long-lasting effect on our lives, both as a collective, but of course also on an individual level. Now, the degree in which it will truly affect you personally in a way that you can really recognize now, like at this time, it depends on your placements, how much Taurus energy you have, planets in Taurus, where it falls in your chart. If you have personal degrees near the 18th degree of Taurus, from Sun to North Node to anything else, really. But collectively, it affects all of us. And so by default, because we are forming the collective, it will affect us all individually. And even if it will, say, affect someone really, really dramatically that is in your life, by default, it will also affect you. So I don't see anyone really not feeling it or not being affected by it. So I'm going to continue discussing this a bit on a general level, and then I'm going to move into messages for each and every one of you by the zodiac sign. Okay. Hi, Tiara. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for being in the chat. Please feel free to make yourself known, where you're tuning in from in the world, what you have personally that is very close to this conjunction in your chart, if you know it, or just say hello. And be sure to give this video the like to spread it throughout the cosmos. Okay. I want you to imagine North Node, Uranus, Mars. It's like, imagine fate / destiny manifest as electricity, Uranus, and pushing really, really strong, like a very strong current, almost like a lightning bolt, through the multi levels and layers of the planet and of the Earth, right to the stomach of the planet, right into the core of it. Thank you, Edward G, for the $222. I really, really appreciate that. Namaste. And this electric current that has a very strong direction and intent, it knows what it aims to, it knows what its purpose is. It's using every single synopsis in the system of the planet, and you are the equivalent to the planet in this case, your life, your the ecosystem that is you. Okay, so if for the planet, aka the collective and actual Gaia, it goes through, this current is going through the roots, the roots underneath the ground, and whatever can guide it to the center of it. With you, it will be your veins, right? Your blood flow. Sorry, there's a lot that I'm picking up on, so I want to be very specific and clear with my communication and with the delivery. So it is very intentful, very direct, very purposeful. It scorns through the layers of the earth to get to the bottom of it. And over there, it's going to sit for a moment. I want you to think of atomic power. Right? It's a terrible example to give, but energetically it's perfect in order for you to understand what I'm trying to convey. Take the atom bomb, for example. It is based on the equation of E equals mc squared. It's why Albert Einstein really regretted discovering it, because it ended up being used for that. It's when an atom is, I don't want to talk like a physicist. I don't presume to, okay, but I'm going to express it in my own language and how I believe you can understand it best, okay? So it's not going to be a perfect scientific explanation. It's not what we're here for, but it will be a theatrical communication style in order for you to understand what I'm saying. So imagine the atom standing still, where I am actually going into scientific explanation, where the electrons that are surrounding the nucleus, the center of it, that holds the protons and the neutrons, imagine it all just going into a standstill. And then it condenses, it extracts, and contracts, expands. So all these energy is going to go down to the bottom of the earth. It's going to stand still. It's going to be completely immovable. And then it's going to be very, very tight. And it's going to blow up. And then everything will get rearranged. Everything will move in order to start being rearranged. In the culmination towards these energies from now until the conjunction, and if you're watching this after the actual date, it's still undergoing. Again, it's a long game, okay? But until the catalytic event, whatever it might be for the collective and for you, you're going to feel this excruciating slowdown where it's almost like walking in water, when it's so thick. So the movement that you're used to doing that are very easy and fluid, now just you can still move, you still do the things, but it's almost like a different sort of dimension. So you'll feel the difference, you'll feel the thickness, you'll feel the slowdown, but you won't necessarily be able to pinpoint what you're feeling. It's going to be a very confusing state of mind, but not one in which you don't understand things or suddenly can't do math or can't speak. It's you're there. You know what it's like? It's like going into your home after someone was in there. Like someone very clever and capable went into your house to find something out, but didn't move anything and didn't leave any fingerprints. And they knew how to bring everything back into its perfect place, that there's no reason or no way for you to know. But you sense the energy. You sense that something in your house is now different. Something is not the same. And you can't point it out and you can't prove it and you don't understand it. You're just left with this, you're just sitting with this feeling and you don't know what to do about it. There's nothing you can do about it. Because this is when the atoms go into a standstill. No, that's not actually possible according to physics. But, they're saying now that physics is the old school of science, and where time, space, reality is an illusion. Science now is aligning with what we've been saying in the spiritual world for a very long time, but that's not new science, lagging behind spiritual phenomena and trying to understand it, starting with denying it, then can't ignore it anymore, and then give it its own linguistic timestamp, claiming discovery when it's actually just rebranding. Okay, but anyway, I don't want to go into that, but technically it shouldn't be possible as far as we know now. And yet it happens. So don't even try to explain to yourself this energy or make sense of it or feel better about it. It's just a process and things will be clear. And then on the conjunction or around, and again, it will play out differently for every single one of you, and I'll tell you how to figure it out soon. I'll get there. But on the conjunction, something catalytic will occur. On a collective level, it could be some sort of an announcement, some sort of insinuation. It can be subtle. In your life, it could be something big and dramatic that happens, but it could be something very subtle. Like a simple text message coming in with some sort of information that creates a butterfly effect, a domino effect that starts altering the trajectory of our lives, of your life. And in the moment, you won't necessarily pin that text or that email or that encounter or, again, whatever. But in retrospect, when you look back, you'll be like, that was the moment, the shift. And for some of you, it will be so subtle that you won't even be able to recognize it in the moment, even as I'm saying this to you. It could be something like that happens standard, regularly, but somehow it will play out differently as it moves along. For example, I ran out of plant-based milk. I need to go to the grocery store. Super standard, right? But when you go to the grocery store, something happens on the way, or you meet a person, and so on and so forth. Now, that is just an example. It could be big. It could be a breakup. It could be a sudden engagement. It could be quitting your job or being fired. It could be an incredible offer that you've been only dreaming of, and suddenly it happens, right? So it could be from the smallest to the biggest. I can't tell you exactly how it will play out because it's going to play out as shock waves. And shock waves don't begin with a shock normally. They begin with, it's like a tsunami. Do you know how a tsunami begins? At the bottom of the ocean, and the earth, right? This is the ocean, all this is the ocean, and this is the bottom of the ocean, the earth. There will be a small crack. Small crack. This is it. That's it. The earth goes, and that creates a wave, and a wave, and a wave, and a wave in the ocean, undercurrents and undercurrents. And before you know it, on the other side of the planet, it manifests as an incredible tsunami. You might not even know that you're doing something small that escalates into something really, really big somewhere else. Now, it will play out in your life, okay? Maybe you say something to a family member that is poignant and accurate and aware, and they don't answer, but it creates shockwaves in their life. Understand? Now, how will that play out to every single one of you? So what you hear a lot right now in the community is you need to see where you have planets in Taurus or near the 18th degree, and you need to know which house you have Taurus in according to your rising sign, and that's the field in your life in which this will play out. Yes and no. Yes, because, well, yes, but no, because it doesn't end there. That's where the catalytic point is. That could be your clue as to where the occurrence will begin at. Okay, 7th house, relationships. 10th house, career and status. 4th house, home and origin. to really simplify it. But that is where the catalyst is, and that might be where you will be most affected. But this is where you want to see the interaction of your Taurus planets and your house of Taurus with other aspects of your chart. Where do you have squares to it? Where do you have trines to it? Where you have other conjunctions? It will start here. Let's say this is your chart, right? So let's say you have Taurus here, but it will apply to this. It will catalyst this, then in turn will catalyst this, then in turn will catalyst this, and before you know it, it's happening in a field, in a place, in an area of your life that is completely different than the Taurus one. You're like, well, I thought this will happen in my appearance and my looks because it's my first house, but now I'm engaged, so it's a relationship. But how is that again? Okay, I'm not saying everyone is going to get engaged. Now everyone is like, what? It will play out completely. Someone will play this, someone will play that. Now, another thing, it's important. This is the new Earth. This is the mark of the new Earth. This is where it all starts to play out. This is where everything you've been building up for and all the changes that you've been making and all the work that you've been doing. This is how it's playing into your new Earth existence. How the higher frequencies that you've been raising are completely transforming your life. This is the manifestation. This is the results of the manifestation or manifestations. So there's going to be incredible ascent for some and incredible descent for some. And I do recommend you watch after this my New Earth Prophecy video on my 13th element. I will place it at the end of the video. And don't look at the semantic in order to analyze, am I in the new Earth or in the old Earth? Meaning, don't look at the semantics of these are positive events or these are negative events. It's not necessarily, this could feel negative and shocking and you have to make a move or do something surprising or things don't feel good, but the end result is to get you there, right? The purpose is to get you to a good place. So if you're on your path, it will expand in a positive way. It will just grow. Okay? So it feels positive. If you're not on your path, it will make a strong shift, a turn in order to try and get you there. So it's not going to feel positive, but it is for your benefit. Okay. Anything else about that before I move by the zodiac sign? I'm going to read you guys a little bit in the chat to see if there's anything. Okay. Thank you to all my moderators and channel members that have joined. I'm happy to have you here. Appreciate the support. Hello, Green Apple from London. Tiara, greetings from Michigan. New Mexico, Luis, great. Hello. Okay. Meraki, Edward, TC, Black Lotus, Oracle. Everyone, great. Okay. Now let's move. Wait, is there something else I'm supposed to tell you about this? Of course. I'm so sorry. Let's address the fact that for the collective in general, it's happening in Taurus. Taurus is Gaia, it's Earth. Sorry, I'm going to wait for the obnoxious motorcycle to leave. Great. Taurus, it's Gaia, it's Earth. Anything that does not serve, or at least does not, or, doesn't serve the planet and its ecosystem and its wholeness and its well-being, or at least not actively destroying it, is going to be shaken to its core. This is happening in Taurus, and that's very meaningful. It's our food, it's our body, it's our manifestation, it's our connection to nature, it's connection to one another, it's the Great Mother, it's the soil, it's our food. Uranus is very transformative and very technological and very innovative. And Mars is just impatient. Things that are harmful for our ecosystem are going to start collapsing. And you know this, Pluto has been doing this in Capricorn for a long time. Capricorn is also a fellow earth sign, but in Capricorn, it plays out more into the systems, the leaderships. But now it's going to drive it home. Right? It's in a broad trine to Pluto, but it's still trining Pluto. It's cooperative to Pluto. It's very transformative. It's going to kill the killers. It's going to revive the life givers. And what I just said is big. There are going to also be exposures of things that have been killing. Things will be seen for what they are. As I said, this electricity, this destined electricity Martian is going to just scorn through the layers of the earth. It's going to break things apart. It's going to shed light and truth on everything. It's going to be uncomfortable, painful, shocking, surprising, especially for those of you who've been asleep and not paying attention to systems, that corporations, anything that has been deceiving you, things that are telling you that they are for you, anything that tells you that it's for your health, but it's actually damaging you. Anything that tells you that it's beneficial, but it's actually destructive. Right? I shared on my Instagram yesterday, on my stories, someone raising a sign saying, only vegan companies should be allowed to use smiling, happy animals in their commercials, right? Have you seen a food industry company that hasn't been using smiling, happy, free animals in their commercials? If you still think commercials tell you the truth, I don't know how to talk to you. I don't know how to help you. That's the level of how asleep you are. The cows are not happy. They're not roaming around cheerful in the grass. They're not. Telling you that is diabolic. Believing that, I mean, you're smarter. You are smarter. I know you're smarter. So if you believe that, then you're deeply brainwashed still. Companies that have a criminal track record of hurting innocent people in the name of medicine and science for experiments. A track record that you can see. And they tell you that, they're there to help you. And the organization that they fund and pay for and subsidize tell you that they're there for you. If you still think what's right in front of you, what is mathematical, what is 1 + 1 = 2, what is simple connection of the dots, is a conspiracy or even simply a theory, I know you're not dumb. There are so many incredibly brilliant people out there that are still asleep. You're just brainwashed to numbness with combination of being selfish because you want it to be true. Selfish and lazy, you want it to be true. You want it to be true because it's tasty. You want it to be true because it's the easy shortcut to health. When you don't need to actually pay attention to your body and to your system and learn, when you can just take that pill or take that, it's easy. So if you still don't see and if you're conscientious to one and not conscientious to other because of political affiliations, how did you stumble into my channel? This is a miracle. Because you got to have awareness to stumble into my channel. They're in service of one another. Food and medicine are one. So when it's actual nutritionist and medicinal, it's a good oneness. But when it's deceitful and not truly medicinal and not truly nutritious, it's also one, just a corrupt aspect of oneness. Watch my Communism versus Oneness, 13th element. Okay. So right now, most people are thinking that these organizations, a lot of them think they're separate. There's a group of people who are very much awake to the deceit of the medicinal world, but is completely numb to the food industries, thinking that it's separate. This one's evil, this one's good. And there's a group who thinks the opposite. That they know that some food industries are terrible and harmful and destructive for everyone involved. But this medicinal company, one feeds the other. One makes you sick, the other keeps you sick. And both make tons of profit off of that. And then there has been social media who's been allowing them with the commercials and allowing them to have the bridge into one another, bridging the two. Because those two also pay the social media in order to keep them. And this is not, again, it's not a theory. You advertise, you pay for advertisement, right? When you want to have an ad anywhere, you pay. So these incredibly powerful, rich companies that profit more and more off of you being sick and off of you being ignorant, pay for ads. So the tech that profits from ads allows them and keeps them yapping in your brain. There's a trine between them, quite a diabolical trine. Now, in essence, it's a divine trine. Food, medicine, communication, knowledge, right? Teaching about food gives you medicine and vice versa. But it's being played out in its shadowy, diabolic way, where it's not teaching you about good food that gives you nutrition, aka keeps you healthy. It's teaching you the opposite because of profit. So that type of trine, that's going to have Uranus zap it, going to electricity of truth in quite a Martian way. And you're going to see incredible amounts of lawsuits, of risings, of uproars, people who are now coming out with the consequences of the past 3 years and what it did to them. It's going to get very vocal. Very vocal and physically vocal. Mars is involved. And once the information starts pouring, it's not going to stop. Please also watch independent media outlets so you can learn what's coming out, because you're not going to see it first in the major channels or last. War is a very possible scenario. The house of cards is crumbling. I'm not trying to scare you. Some of you are going to soar through this. Companies, for example, that are sustainable and keep their consumer aware and healthy are going to skyrocket. Technology that is meant to help bring us together and make us broader will soar. Simultaneously, there will be technologies that are meant to keep us closed. There will be companies that are meant to feed us with poison like they have been for, I don't know, a century, pretty much. The past century has been but you're going to start seeing some crazy shit in the world. Like, you can already see that in a lot of places in the world where the habitats of animal and of wildlife is dissipating because we cut down rainforests to grow more cattle for meat industry, right? We cut down the oxygen of the planet. You can't breathe without trees. I'm sorry. I don't care how much it's tasty for you. You can choke on that tasty without oxygen, okay? When we keep cutting down rainforests to raise more cattle, 75% of grains in the world goes to feeding animals that are meant to feed us. If we had cut that part out, we would be able to feed the planet. So stop with the fake numbers that are based in ignorance. It's very boring. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, just watch some documentaries about the planet. Watch Earthlings, watch The Game Changers, just to understand your biology better. Watch Gary Yourofsky's lecture. You can find it on YouTube. There are so many amazing documentaries, really, that you can find anywhere, either on Netflix or on YouTube. Just do your due diligence. I recommend, because it is very, very, very applicable to your life and person. Yes, to the collective and to the planet, of course, but it will in turn affect you. Because if those industries are collapsing, right, and now meat is super expensive or hard to find, and your diet is based mostly in meat, what you're going to do? That's not going to affect you. Prep yourself in advance. Either learn how to freaking hunt. Don't be a hypocrite. You want to kill an animal, do it yourself. Don't pay someone to do it tormently for you because you can't see it. You have to. You don't have a choice. You have a medical condition. You have a certain situation where you have to. I root for your health and your well-being, but not at the expense of another sentient being's health and well-being. That's not how it works. Go hunt. You can't do that? Figure out some different nutrition. There's tons of possibilities. But I'm telling you this so you get ready, so you can feed yourself and can feed your family. Because there will be incredible shortage of that. I know it's blessed. I know it's part of this conjunction. I know it's part of this shift for a new earth, a kind that is truly euphoric, meaning doesn't sustain itself on the torment and suffering of our fellow earthlings just because we can, just because we're more powerful. So now the power will be taken from us and we'll be hungry. Now what? So what might feel bad right now, I can't afford this meat, or I can't do this, or I can't do that. That's great for nature. And let me be very, very clear. This conjunction, this Uranus and Taurus in general, in the past few years, most especially now with this catalytic energy, it's for the planet, not for you. If you're aligned with the planet and the benefit of the whole and the benefit of Gaia and the benefit of nature that is sustaining life, because by default it's also benefiting you. If the planet is sustainable, you're sustainable. You can't live as an individual on a planet that you don't have food and you don't have oxygen, or you don't have water to drink, or you don't have soil to grow food in, right? So what it's for the planet and not for you is actually also vicariously for you. But it's not going to feel like that in the next decade if you're not sustainable to the planet, if the life that you lead aren't in alignment with the planet. It will push you to the side. So yes, it's for our highest good, but it's not for your necessarily personal highest good. Some of you, it's going to feel like fucking hell. Oh my God, I can't eat. I can't feed my family. I'm now sick because I put this thing in my body that actually is in my DNA, and they told me it won't, but it actually is. What is happening? Not for everyone, knock on wood, God forbid, but for many. And I wish you nothing but well-being and health, and I find it tragic. And I tried to warn. And the people that are going to suffer from that, the people who took the damn thing, the people who sustain themselves off of the demolishment of animals and the planet, those are the people who are going to get the most mad, right? Those are the people who are going to start, rebellions and protests and lawsuits. I trusted you, you made me sick. I trusted you, you made me sick. And I'm saying this both to food and medicine industries out there. Okay? If you've changed your life and you didn't live by them and you weren't dependent on them, your trajectory is completely different. Your shock waves are going to be different. But people who are now beginning or will begin to start feeling the influence, the detrimental influences of those things, and will find out the truth that they've been lied to, oh, they're going to get so mad. And those are the people you're going to see out on the streets. And that is going to be the catalyst for a lot of change. But the warfare is going to happen between these organizations and the people that they hurt. Or should I say the people that allowed them to hurt them? I'm sorry, I'm not going to give you that. I'm not going to put you in complete victim mode. I'm not, because the information was there. The information was there. You're partially victim, partially completely responsible. Well, you can say that about anything, right? But specifically on this one, it's important for me to clarify that I hurt for you and I care about your well-being, and this is tragic, and I wish that didn't happen, but I can't take away your responsibility of it Why didn't you ask the questions? And some of you are going to say, I didn't have a choice. You're right, you didn't have a choice, but no one had a choice, and yet. And no, it wasn't easy, but it was your own spirit seeing where you stand in this journey of evolution of consciousness and where you belong to, with this whole new earth paradigm thing that is happening. I need you to understand symbiosis. Whatever you put in, and this is a biological scientific process, whatever you put in integrates into your cell and becomes you. You know, the term what you are, what you eat is very literal, more literal than we understand. Whatever you consume is being transmuted into your cells and becomes you. You put death into yourself, you eat death. And let's not delusion ourselves, okay? A dead animal is a corpse. It's dead. It's death. You put that in, you integrate decay into you. You put in decay, it manifests as decay. It affects your organs, it affects your skin, it affects your bloodstream, whatever. Jennifer, will this conjunction help people see? Yes. Will people believe new information now? Yes. Or are many going to be bound to their old beliefs? Some people will be bound to their old beliefs because, you know, there are people who double down when they learn something because of ego. They don't want to admit that they were wrong or that they didn't see or that they did something to hurt themselves or others, you know. And I have compassion and understanding to that, but you can't afford to do that if that's your case. You got to wake up, as painful as it is, because it's more painful to stay asleep. But some will be this and some will be that, like always. You know, sometimes you don't hear it in the whisper, you hear it in the shout, but unfortunately it's been shouting for quite some time. It's been shouting for quite some time. So what do we have? So this conjunction is not really about us as humans. I mean, we placed ourselves as superior. No one else placed us as superior. Okay, we placed ourselves as superior. We're wonderful and worthy of love and abundance and freedom, and we are divine and we are loved by the divine. Yes, but we're not superior. That's man-made conception. But we've been living as if we're superior, and we've been saying that it's divine order, biology, nature. No. Animals, humans, the planet, this is not like an upward pyramid. This is a laying down horizontal triangle. It's equal. It's just coming from a different angle. Or should I say, I shouldn't place animals and humans in different points. It's actually animals and humans. We are a type of animal. So I would say animals, the planet, the divine. But it's all just one thing, right? It's one living organism, ecosystem. So I am one, right? But I am also an ecosystem of infinity of fingers and eyes and organs and atoms and cells and molecules. 52% of me, more than half of me, and every single one of you is bacteria. More than half of you is not you. It's like billions upon trillions of infinite little creatures. And then the rest is stardust. So you are one, but you're also infinity of existence. And that applies to everything. So when an aspect of oneness, humans, behave degenerately and constantly break the equilibrium, the system will spit it out in order to rearrange itself, rearrange its equilibrium, regain its equilibrium. And right now, this is the spit out. Let's not. And when I say the spit out, it's not like all of us, or God forbid, or no, it will play out as all kinds of disasters. I'm not going to lie to you guys. You're already seeing this. You're not dumb. Okay, I'm not surprising you. It's already playing out. You've been around in the past few years. Okay, I'm just saying it's now going to continue, and for some it's going to be amazing, and for some it's going to be terrifying. But boring it won't be. But ultimately, for the 2030s, for the next decade, it will establish potential euphoria. Potential, because we can also take it to the potential of destruction. But I feel deeply potential of euphoria. Now, I'm not saying like heaven on earth, everything will be perfect, but we will take our existence to the next level where we live a way more sustainable life that is inclusive to earthlings in general. Will there be societies that are going to be technocrat and the complete opposite, and are going to use technology for more destruction and more detachment, and only focusing on the mind without integrating the heart? Yes, but they're just going to be in the continuance of their descent, and you don't have to be a part of it. If you recognize that your culture, your city, your country, your society is going into that direction, you don't have to be there. You can move, you can change. Black Lotus, there's a lot of research being done on mushrooms being the future of human sustainability. They are the foundations of human sustainability. This planet is one big ancient mushroom. I keep forgetting how to pronounce it. Miscellanean. There's the name of that mushroom. I'm so sorry. I always confuse how to say it. If someone can mention it. But yeah, absolutely. It's the foundation, so we're just going to discover it. Okay. I feel like I've let it out. I'm going to move on to messages by the sign. So I guess this is going to be a relatively long video. That's okay. It's a meaningful video. So if someone timestamping this, thank you so much. Of course, include the beginning of all the messages for the collective and for all the signs, but then move to timestamping it by the zodiac sign. Well, you know it. You know how to do it. I'm going to work with the mythical tarot. Mycelium, yes. Thank you for that. Jennifer, mycelium. Thank you for that. Yes, that one. Okay. Let me fix my hair in a way that I can handle looking at myself without being annoyed. Okay. At the end of this video, I will put, like, at the end screen, 2-3 videos that I feel like can be very helpful and very important. And if you want to know more about me, if you're new, please be sure to check out Patreon and subscribe to the channel. Lots to see and lots to hear. And I don't always preach to you that you're an ass. Sometimes, but not always. Okay. I need to stretch. Who are we going to start with? Taurus, because this conjunction is happening in Taurus. Sorry, I'm stretching. Let's start with Taurus. Taurus, this is happening in your sign, so it will be meaningful for you. You will feel it closer to the time of the conjunction itself. No, I didn't shuffle enough. Hold on. Taurus. Message for Taurus for the North Node, Uranus-Mars conjunction. Taurus, especially if your North Node is in Taurus. If your Sun, rising, and Moon. Watch for your Moon. feel like it's going to really influence the moon. Taurus. How will this conjunction affect Taurus? So Taurus, you're going to have also an important role in this. You will serve as a catalyst for others as well. So another thing to note for everyone, note which sign you have Mars, where your Mars is, where your Uranus is, and where your North Node is. So these 3 signs / houses will, on top of Taurus, will also be very meaningful. Okay? So see how in your chart, your Mars, your Uranus, and your North Node and Taurus, if they're separate or together, what is happening there, and that will be the most intensity. Okay, that's for everyone. And in case I haven't mentioned it, it will. I think I said it in, vicariously, but it will place everyone on their trajectory when it comes to where the soul aims for, because this is the collective North Node. The collective North Node aims for the Taurian energy. It's for the sake of the planet. Okay. For the sake of the Great Mother, for the sake of the Divine Feminine, for the sake of anything Venusian, anything of love, anything of abundance, anything of maternity, but also sensuality and sexuality, femininity. I feel like some of you want me to speak about Roe versus Wade. There's a reason why I'm not talking about it. I know something about it, and it's very complicated to explain, and I don't feel like I'm ready, or people are ready to hear me say that. However you think it translates, no, it's not what you think. I can promise you whatever it is you think I want to say, it's not what it is. Because it's neither here nor there. It's not on either side of the aisle. But I'm just going to say that on a collective level, it's going to be okay. Okay. And 18, I just want to say something about the 18 degrees. So if you're timestamping this, don't start Taurus yet, because everything I just said is also applying to everyone. Because the Taurus is something that applies to everyone, because this is happening for everyone in Taurus, right? 18 degree. 18 in Gematria, which is the Jewish numerology, the Hebrew numerology, spells out the word chai, which means alive. So again, this is for the sake of life. Everything that is happening is for the sake of life. Do not confuse it with other terminologies that include the word life in it. Please don't assume to think you know what I want to say. When I'll be ready, I'll make a video about that, okay? When I feel the collective is ready, I'll make a video about that. None of the sides will be willing to hear what I have to say. Both of you will be mad at me, so I'm just not going to say it yet. So alive, for the sake of life, the planet, all of its earthlings and organisms, equilibrium of life in general, not just an individual life, but the equilibrium of the collective life and how life should look like. Okay, so the 18th degree is very meaningful in that respect. There's connection between spirit and earth, which we already know from everything else that we've said, with the 1 and the 8. And the 9, 18 sums to 9. It's a completion of a big cycle. And the beginning of a new. So it's not just scary, it's also exciting. And I hope it didn't scare all of you. It probably scared some of you, but you can make the changes. You can make the changes. If you're here hearing this, it means that you can make the changes. So don't bitch, just make the changes. And everything is going to feel faded or will be very meaningful. Even things that seem trivial are going to be meaningful. Let people exit, let people enter. Just look at the video game just playing in front of you, unfolding. Let it unfold. All right, now message for Taurus for this conjunction. Message for Taurus for this conjunction. One, message for Taurus for this conjunction. Two, message for Taurus for this conjunction, please. Three. Okay. I have Ace of Wands, Two of Pentacles, and 10 of Wands. Taurus, you can't save the world. I know you want to, but it's okay. The world is now saving itself. You just do the best you can to get yourself through it on a personal level. You've done a lot and you've done enough. Do what you can to the best of your ability in your life. Be focused on your future. Put energy on the things that can build something tangible and with longevity for your future. And that needs to be your focus, that personal, instinctual, guided by your will, subjective purpose. If you try to take everyone else's, it will just fail. So all these tools here. It's like you're building something, you're manufacturing something, and you need to be focused one thing at a time. Okay, the thing that just is right in front of you in the moment. Don't worry about what will be next month, next year. Do the thing that is right in front of you in the moment, that you can enjoy doing, that you can do well at, be it this conversation or this trip or that project that you're after or that thing that you're writing, whatever it is in the moment that is most in front of you and most available and most possible for you to do. If you'll start thinking about everything else that is not right in front of you, it will sabotage your creation process. There's a very long journey ahead of you. And it's a journey of finding your royalty, your crown. This is the story in the Suit of Wands in the Tarot. It's the story of Yasun, Jason, and the Golden Flea. And he was taken from his kingdom at a young age because of tragedy. And he was hidden and he didn't know that he was king. And then it's the story of Hamlet. It's the story of Lion's King, you know. And when he grew up, he found out that he has something that belongs to him by birth, by legacy, and then he went after it. So this is a long game, Taurus, of you going after your legacy, going after your crown, going after your rightful place in the world. But you need to have the right tools for the journey. You need to have the right people to accompany you. So do it one step at a time. And most importantly, if you encounter an advisor, someone who gives you smart, pointed advice, don't be arrogant and dismissing it. because this is also the story of Jason and Medea. And they were lovers, but she was cursed to have the people around her not listen to her prophecies and to her knowledge. So every time she tried to warn someone of something that is coming, they didn't believe her, they didn't listen to her, and then they lost everything, or whatever she prophesied happened. So this is when you want to listen to the wind. You want to listen to your interaction. You want to listen. Okay? I ran out of water and I'm only in the first sign. Okay. Gemini. Message for Geminis for this conjunction, please, my Gemini seekers. Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Two, one more. Wow. Okay. Six of Pentacles in the reverse, Six of Swords, and the Moon. This is Hecate. I love the Moon card in this deck. Hecate and her three-headed dog walking you through the underworld. Okay. Wow, Gemini. So there's a very confusing journey or trip or something that you need to do in order to you want something that is either a payment or something that belongs to you or something that is due to you, that hasn't been given or has been unfairly divided. You could have been, you could have been the cause of it. So there's something to, this is an all-seeing eye, right? Hecate had three heads, maiden, mother, and crone, speaking of the moon, the three moon goddess. It's an all-seeing energy. So Gemini, there's an all-seeing energy in your life that you can either embrace and take as guidance to this time, or you can run away from or detach from. What you do is up to you. This is your free choice. This is your life. It is intense. It is demanding. It is at times scary, but it is the truth of your existence. And when something or someone truly sees you, it can be scary if you have a lot to hide, or it could be exhilarating if you want to get to know yourself. And when we get to know ourselves, we get to know our magic and how we can move in the world in the most beneficial way for us and create. I see this possibly be a confusing time when it comes to travel and or finances, but the guidance and the truth are in this energy of the moon. Some of you will be running away from it, hence stumbling straight into complete imbalance. Something that's supposed to bring balance and help will only end up being more confusing, or you'll be more at a loss. Or if you choose to go with this energy or towards this energy or to understand yourself better, it might hurt, be challenging in the short term as you push through it, right? The only way out is in, is you go into the mist in order to come out the other way with light. Or if you go away from the mist, you end up just drowning in the mist, ironically. But there is the attempt, I see the attempt and the desire to go into clarity. Now, This is all happening in your 12th house, right? In your subconscious. Taurus is your 12th house. So this makes a lot of sense. But you want to do the best with it. You want to not run away from your 12th house. The only way out is in. Do I have something to hold my hair? Hold on. I think, ow. Okay. Been killing my legs. And it's 1866. It's 966. So there could be something holy about this. Some of you, few of you, that will choose to dive into it, you'll come out as a mystique. But very few of you will. Most of you are going to choose to run away from it, and going to find yourself in a bigger clutter. What have I done to my... Okay. Helen, that sounds amazing. Good luck with that. Okay. All right, so that was Gemini and my hair. Cancer. Message for Cancer for this conjunction. Cancer, I'm stretching as I'm focusing on your energy. It's like I feel like maybe some of you need to stretch. Message for Cancer for this conjunction. My Cancer seekers. Oh, it's 1, 2. Ooh la la, look at you. So we have Magician, 10 of Pentacles, and Queen of Wands. Okay, let's dive into this. There's a sense of guarding your heritage, guarding your family, guarding your home. Some of you are going on a quest just to come back and find home again, the same place you left off, but with a bigger, better appreciation. Some of you are going on a journey of some sort to create, to pursue your dream, your passion. And some of you that are going to do that are going to end up building an empire based on this talent of yours, creativity of yours. Some of you might meet someone that can get you to that empire that you seek to build, or maybe you're that person. There's an incredible talent here. Someone here is very talented, like viciously talented. The Magician with the Queen of Wands. This is someone that commands a room, a hall, an audience on a big scale. This is someone that they speak quietly, but it sounds like a roar. King of the jungle, queen of the jungle. This is someone that builds from, barren desert, an abundant field of crops. It's some of you out there are starting something from scratch. What I'm picking up on, and it's just an example. Of course, it could be for one of you, but please apply that as an example to your life. It's just an analogy. It could be, but for most of you, it's an analogy. I'm picking up like on a farmer that made a living off of the slaughter of animals, and now they're seeing where the winds are blowing, and they're being few steps ahead of it, both for their soul and for the benefit of the planet. And they're transforming their farm into something more sustainable, maybe a animal rescue instead of an animal slaughter, maybe growing fruit or grains or crops, feeding people in a more sustainable, life honoring way. That's very powerful. So could be that. Hopefully that's cool. But it could play out in every, like you could be taking your business or your model, right? Your business model, and turning it into something more sustainable, more beneficial, more and that will bring you the money. That will bring you the reputation. That will bring you the success. That will bring you the right people. You have the talent, you have the idea, you have the creativity, you have the people that have the ideas and the creativity, that you can build with. This is very cool, Cancer. And I'm picking up on land. Land is coming through very strongly with these cards. It's going to be property of some sort that you're transforming into, so it could serve into something and where you can exert all that, do all that. It's very cool. I ran out of water. I'm so thirsty. Okay. Leo. Too many cards. My Leo seekers. Message for this conjunction in Taurus. This squares you, but it pushes you. I like it as a square. It's a pushing energy to get you, to get you to roar, lion. Oh, some of you are going to roar, like literally. Some of you are going to lash, like you're going to say it. I'm picking up like a megaphone, like you're going to say it and they will hear it. And Leo for this conjunction. Okay, the cards are opposite. One more. This is very interesting. You got two cards that Taurus got. So watch the Taurus if you skipped here. Wow. 10 of Wands in the reverse, 2 of Pentacles in the reverse, and Temperance in the upright. You are dropping all the juggling. You are dropping all the simultaneous. You are dropping all the what's the word? Multitasking. You haven't been multitasking. You've been exhausting yourself. You've been losing your direction. And you've been calling it multitasking. You're dropping all of that. You're dropping the trying too hard. And you're dropping the build it and they will come. I will just do more and gain more. And you're stopping. You're just going to listening to the energy. Listen to your own spirit. Listen to this person that is very healing. Listen to this senseless spiritual guidance that has no time and space or reason. It's very challenging you have to have a quantum leap in the way your mind works and your consciousness to fathom no time and space reality. Helen, thank you so much for the £3. I truly appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, I'm actually not generally guiding you to live your life in a no time space reality. That is reckless. It makes no sense. You're not over there. You're here. And maybe our existence is transforming and expanding into that, but we're not there yet. And you still have to live and survive and prosper in this Newtonian laws of physics type of world. Yes, time exists here. It's chronological for us humans. We made it up, yes, but we made it up because we rely on it. We need it. We made it up for a reason. Okay? Our mind can't yet function without it. Gravity exists. You can't, you're not going to jump off a roof being like, no, time, space, reality. Do not do that. What I mean is in your inner matrix, in your dreams, in your time of solitude, and when you sit down to eat, and when you stop making decisions based on rigid planning that has not been working for you, and you're allowing things to just be with faith that it will turn out. You have all the talent, you have all the skill, you have all the knowledge, you have all the experience. Now just let that guide you. Today, a personal message that I received from Spirit is give out the messages, I'll take care of the rest. I was like, okay. You can't make the impossible possible by adhering to the regular Newtonian laws of physics, right? Here, the water are going upward and downward simultaneously. And she exists on 2 dimensions at once. This is in the mythology Iris. That was they keep talking about Mercury or Hermes as the only messenger, only god that was able to transit to walk from the Olympus to the underworld and communicate between. No, Iris was able to do so too. And she was the deliverer of unconditional love and faith. But she was also able to cross to the underworld and the Olympus and in between. So there's this incredibly gifted, talented, capable energy that doesn't show itself to be like that. It's quiet, it's subtle. It just is what it is. And this is a very amorphic energy. You're learning how to, this conjunction teaches you to drop it, to drop all the planning and the rigid mechanism, because it's not working. It's going to fail it. It's going to crumble it. When you just allow, things will just come naturally. Okay? Okay, guys, I am thirsty and I need sugar. So I'm going to go to my kitchen for just one moment. I'm going to fill up my water and I'm going to grab chocolate. So, and then I'm going to move on to Virgo. Thank you for your patience. Hold on. I'm still here. I can't, my throat is so dry. Okay. Wow, that was so needed. Thank you guys for bearing with me. Hey, at least I'm not gonna like, hey, I'm gonna go comb my hair. I'm tempted. I'm really tempted. Okay. Let's bring back our frame. Great. I'm sorry, I've been driving you crazy. I apologize. Now the chocolate. Dark chocolate, no dairy. You love my outfit? Thank you. Mm-hmm. I like my outfit too. Okay. It's going to take a moment, guys. I need to. Sometimes you just need chocolate and water. We only did 4 signs, right? Um, hey, I'm human. I am, really. Okay. Virgo, thank you for your patience. Virgo for this conjunction. And notice I haven't been mentioning the house where it's happening because, again, if you know your houses, you know where the catalyst is, and it's going to just be a multi-catalytic thing in your in your life happening. Some more intense, some much less intense. Some will happen really fast. Some will happen like throughout the time. Either way. So there's no point of me like going into that. Let's just see what the cards have to say. Virgo, message for Virgo for this conjunction, please. Message for Virgos for this conjunction. This is a slow cooker. The Wheel of Fortune. Wow. This makes it even more potent. These are the Moirais. In Greek mythologies, they were the 3 goddesses of fate. They turned the wheel of fate. They're said to be more powerful than Zeus and any of the gods because the gods themselves would go to them begging to change certain fated events. The most quiets are the most powerful, aren't they? 2 more. 1 more for Virgo. Oh, 2 more came out. Okay, it wants to be 4 cards. I'm not going to argue. Virgo, your messages have been so intense. You might want to watch your July reading. Wow. Okay. Wheel of Fortune and High Priestess. 3 of Wands and the Magician. Virgo, I would tell you to buckle your seatbelt, but you are the car. No, you are the fuel in the car. No, you are the architect, the engineer of that car. It's like you're the driver, the car, the fuel, and the road, the origin and the destination. You're not acting human, Virgo, and it's kind of creepy. So High Priestess and the Magician, the Wheel of Fortune, the 3 of Wands. You have a very, very important role in this. Some of you are going to, because look, you know how they always say, okay, Mercury retrograde, so you might get a text from an ex. Sometimes you're the ex who texts, or oh, Saturn in retrograde, karma is going to come. Sometimes you're the deliverer of karma, So I feel like with this conjunction, you're almost like a servant to this energy, helping this energy play out in other people's lives. So it obviously affects you because you're guided to do certain things, whether they're comfortable or not. But those things are like you're like what's the word? You're the vein to the blood. You're the the adapter, you're the wire that connects, you're now you have to be, in order to be the wire that transfers all this Uranian energy and electricity through the layers of the earth. You got to have quite the endurance, the energetic endurance, to able to process all of that, to be able to channel all of that. So I'm going to say, even though this, so it's interesting, right? On one hand, this reading tells you how much power, how powerful you are in this, in guiding this. On the other hand, it tells you that you are a servant of this, and that it's not really asking you, it's using you. So it's going to seem like you're operating from complete freedom of choice, in a very liberated existence. Like, this is going to be very liberating energy. But on the other hand, it is all maktub, it's all written. That's what scares me most about our existence, where there's this push and pull or dynamic alleged between fate versus and destiny versus free choice. But are we ever truly freely choosing? If we want to take it to psychology, we have our paradigm, our mechanism that was established at a very early age, from where we keep just recycling the same patterns of behavior. Right? It's a program. Okay, your brain is programmed, and keep repeating the same things, believing you have free choice. So that's how it plays. That's the irony of it playing out in psychology. But you can think of it on a larger scale, of spirit versus man, where, okay, you're here living life in this planet, having free choice, but it's actually all predetermined and pre-written by your own higher self, or by the collective spirit, anima mundi, whatever. So it's like, it's kind of, it feels like, sometimes I feel ridiculous. I'm like, am I really choosing and leading and creating, or am I just written that way? And that's kind of the energy that I'm picking up, that I'm getting for you, Virgo. Like, the Magician, the High Priestess, the Wheel of Fortune. I mean, like, WTF, seriously. And then the Three of Wands, like, hey, barefoot Yason that was denied of their royalty when you were young because of a Hamlet-like / Lion Kings-like story. By the way, you're a king. No, I'm just a poor peasant, and I'm an orphan, and I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't even know where I'm from. Yeah, you're a king. Like, suddenly you're just stumbling into someone on the street and they're bowing to you, and you're like, why are you bowing to me? Well, you're the king, or you're the queen, don't you know? I'm like, no, what? That's the type of shit happening here. Conduit, thank you for the word, yeah. That's the type of shit happening here. I don't know what to do with this. I don't know what to tell you about this. Virgos, you've been like pretty intense in the readings for July. This is pretty interesting. I mean, for you, okay, for you, Taurus is in your 9th house. It's worldly, it's knowledgeable, it's faith-based, it's teaching, it's learning. But it's also mission in the world. Okay, I have no idea what I'm telling you. I hope you understand. I hope you understand, because this is okay. So this is you've already been on your journey. It's all major arcana and 1, 3 of 1. You've already been on your journey, and this journey just continues. And you're playing some sort of important role in this. You are a catalyst to change for people, and you're conscientious of it. It doesn't scare you. You go into inside the belly of the beast, and you tear it from the inside. You're like, oh, you're trying to eat me? Let's see you handle my claws, tearing you up from the inside. That's the kind of energy I'm tapping into. This is a very powerful, no BS energy to not be messed with. So this is the kind of person, I know it seems like spiritual, talented, royalty oriented, people like that carrying so much power, that creates a very intriguing, complex individual. So, it can play out as the kindness and the most loving, but it can also play out as like the queen of the underworld, like telling you how it goes. So I don't know. It's like you're kind of scaring me right now, but I love you. Okay, I need to say something for you guys, to those of you who align with this. I need to say something to you guys. It's something that you know, but you need to fathom. With power comes responsibility. Be aware of how the things you do, the words you say really affect people. Now, it's not in ways of like paralyzing you or shutting you down or like making you not express yourself, heaven forbid. But it's just in ways of making you, reminding you of your power and of your influence. You can be the most quiet person in the room. You go into a room and you're very, very quiet, and yet your energy somehow triggers people, and it just facilitates change. Which is why you might be very solitary right now, because you need a lot of quiet around you. Spirit wants to have a lot of quiet around you so that every encounter that you have is meaningful and poignant and guides you in the right direction. It's literally every encounter that you're going to have in this time frame is going to be poignant, accurate, meaningful, catalytic. Do you have choice there? Do you not have choice there? I don't know. That's a big question. Ask God. I'm confused. Okay. Next. Thank you, Virgo. That was a long message. Well, the cards kind of asked for it. Sorry. Who's next? Libra. Sorry, it's driving me insane. I have to fix. No, it's not fixed. Leos understand. The Leos that are watching me understand what I'm going through with my hair right now. Libra, just hold tight. I'll be right with you. I'm going through it. I'm going through this just like you guys are. Can you imagine when I start to speak publicly and like organize like actual events or seminars? I'll go crazy on stage. Like here I'm framed, I have to stay in the frame. On stage, I don't know what I'll do. Just jump into the audience. I don't know. That's why I'm holding back. I don't know what I'll do on stage. Give me a moment. I'm dealing with all your energies. Understand that I'm not just being like weird. It's like I'm dealing with all these energies coming through to get to you. So it makes me a bit. I'm gonna breathe. I'm not crazy. I know I'm not crazy, but then there's people who know me, who secretly watch me, who don't want me to know that they watch me, which I don't get it. But like, what they're like, oh, she's crazy. I'm not crazy. You just don't fucking get it. Stop being mean. Just be more. I'm so tolerant to you, to people in my life. I'm so tolerant until you take it too far, and then I snap. But that takes a really long time. But I'm so tolerant to the people in my life. Like, be tolerant with me. Be kind. Okay. If you don't want to be kind to me, why are you watching me? Like, seriously, it's your issue. If you want to watch me, be kind to me with your attitude. If you can't be kind to me with your attitude, don't freaking watch me. Okay. And if you have something nice to say, text it to me. It's not gonna kill you. I have so many assholes in my life. People who want to know what's going on with me, but they don't want me to know that they want to know what's going on with me. Like, why would it hurt you to show me that you care? Like, that is so fucked up. That is so mean. Get a Beyonce stage fan so your hair can blow into the wind like a real goddess. I love that. That's funny. There are people in the world who think that like showing me love and affection and care is somehow embarrassing or weird. Like it's so weird. This thing, so cruel, right? So subtly cruel. People will watch all my stories but never like my posts, so that other people don't see that they like my post, but they still interested, so they watch the story but not interact with the post. Like it's so. Like I'm a real person in your life. Why don't you treat me like that? What did I ever do to you other than trigger you to remind you of some things that other people did to you, so you projected onto me? But I didn't do shit. Everything was in your head. People just build up entire empires of horror in their head based on me somehow, but it has nothing, not really to do with me, just what I remind them of or something that I said or triggered. And it's like, but then they puke it onto me. And people are smarter than that. Like, why do you let yourself do that or be like that? It's cruel. Like, I'm just a person. I'm just a friend of yours. I'm just someone you dated. I'm just a family member. I'm just a person. And I deserve better. I do. I hate it when people do that to me. It's like, I'm just a fucking person. I'm a girl. I'm just a girl. I'm just a person. And I do my thing, and it's really cool, and it's really weird, and it's really this, and it's really that. But bottom line, I'm just a person. And when you treat me like shit, it hurts. You think I'm okay? I must be fine because I'm this and that, and I'm Morgane, and I'm the existential shift. I'm just a person. So I feel all the things that everyone else feels when you do certain things to them. Oh, she'll be fine. She probably gets it, or she probably understands, or she probably reads my mind. I'm not sitting here obsessing on reading everybody's minds. I can't, even if I wanted to. But why would I want to? Like, I need to live my life. It's not possible. So to me, your behavior, your shitty behavior is just a mystery that hurts me. Your shitty behavior is just a mystery that hurts me. Thank you, Edward. Friends are, oh, I don't need to check up on her. I don't need to reach out to her. I don't know. She's fine. You know, she's doing all these things. She gets it. She knows. She got it all under. I'm just a person. We all need the same things. Sorry, Libra, I went into a rant. And now the people who are watching me, who I'm talking about, they're like freaking out. Does she know it's me? No, I don't know that it's specifically you. It's a thing in my life. Everyone in my life does it to me. There isn't a single person in my life that watches my channel or videos that actually tells me, hey, you said something that day that really inspired me. Or, hey, I watched that. That was really cool. No one. I don't know if it's ego or weird issues or what's going on. I don't know your name specifically who does that, but I feel that energy, and I know because it's a thing. People prefer to see that I'm posting a video to know that I'm alive, as opposed to actually texting me or calling me to check up on me. This is my personality online. I don't tell everyone what's going on. You don't. My channel members, my seekers, they don't know my personal life, what happens to me this morning or yesterday or what I'm dealing with. Of course, I'm smiling here. Who doesn't smile in front of the camera? And sometimes And also, it's not my place to exert my issues. I'm here for my seekers. I'm not here to exert my stuff. If you think you know what's going on in my life because you watch my channel, you're an idiot. And you don't deserve me in your life. So either fix it or get the fuck out completely. Oh, she posted a video yesterday. She's fine. You are not that dumb. You're just making it as an excuse. That just shows me how little you care about me. You're obsessed with me, but you don't care about me. Because if you cared about me, you would have actually checked or bothered to show me that I would know. You know? You would make that effort. You wouldn't make it about whatever. Hi, Marina. Welcome. You didn't miss much, just me and my rants. And some of the people who are watching, they fucked up so badly with me and they know it because I said something. You're going to have to deal with that. This is how you get to see me now. It's either people who can reach out to me but won't. You're a shithead. Why don't you? Or people who've really, really messed up and they know it. I said specifically that I don't want to talk to them. I told them, I used my words to say that. I clarified. And now that's the only way for them to see me. And they never thought they will get to that day. Because I'm so patient and tolerant and I just accept and accept and accept. And I understand and I understand, I understand. I understand what? What's there to understand? That you stole from me, that you deliberately threw me under the bus, stabbed me in the back, what? Those are not things that are redeemable. That level of deceit and betrayal, it's not most of people, it's just some people. Those are not things that are redeemable. What did you think will happen? What did you think will happen when you actively, in my face, lied to me to steal from me? What did you think will happen? That I'll see your side of things, that I'll understand your pain, that I'll be okay with it, or maybe that I'll just won't know because I'm so cute? I'm not cute. I'm a fucking beast. I'm a nice beast, but I'm still a beast. And a girl. You don't have to be a beast to be like, that shit doesn't enter my life anymore. So I have a range of people watching me right now. I'm not talking about my seekers. I'm talking about people in my life or that have been in my life that are either too proud to show me that they care about me, but they watch me and like, get over yourself. If you want me in your life, if you want to be in my life, figure out a way to show that you care about me or else you're not worth it. If you don't have the capacity to show me that you care about me, you're not worth it to me. Or there are people who have pushed it so far into such like a movie can't write that type of shit that I've had to deal with certain people. That's the only way for them to see me now or to hear my voice. And those are people that if they knew me to be someone who holds them accountable or that knows, they would never do that. And the reason they would never do those things that they did is because it's not because they want to do the right thing or not want to hurt me or because they care about me. They wouldn't do it because they wouldn't want to be held accountable. But they thought they won't be held accountable. They thought they could get away with some pretty terrible things because they wouldn't be held accountable because I wouldn't know. But I just found out recently something that people that are supposed to be very close to me have done to me for 2-3 years. Kept my eyes blindfolded. Obscene. And I don't see a way back from that. And that's the type of shit people do to me because they think I'm either too nice to care, which is what? That's so weird. Too nice to be mad. Oh, wow, you don't know anything about me. I'm never too nice to be mad. If I have a good reason to be mad, I go mad. Just give me a good reason. It takes a long time to give me a good reason. I'm a Taurus. It takes a long time to give me a good reason. But once you really systematically, consistently give me a good reason, oh, my madness does not change. There's no going back. Okay? I'm talking about like 2-3 years of insane level of deceit. That's the only way you can watch me now. And then there are people that are not there yet, but they're definitely on the way, but they carry the same type of vanity. I can keep doing this. I can keep not caring. I can keep not showing up. I can keep not, she'll be fine. She'll be fine. I can always. So there's people who watch me who are either already there, no turning back, or people who are on the way there. It's not fine if that's what you want. If you don't care about that, then why are you watching me? If you really care so little about whether or not I'm in your life, why are you watching me? If you didn't care about whether or not I'm in your life, you would not be watching me right now, right? You would not be hearing these words. So if you're here, it means you care. So why are you doing that? Why are you treating me like trash, like garbage? Take me for granted like that? Are you that dumb or that careless? And now you're like, oh, now I can't text her later because she know I watch and that applies to me. Yeah, I'll know. We'll talk it out. Good. So much ego. Why do I have so much ego instead of love around me? Your ego is not more important than me, you dumbass. And if that's the case, oh my God, stay there. So sorry, guys. It's like, I guess this needed to come out. Some people needed to hear that. Is she talking about me? If you're wondering if I'm talking about you, then yeah, I'm talking about you. Few of you. Story of my life. People obsessed by me, obsessed with me, but not willing to show me care. Fuckers. Unacceptable. Be able to show me care to my face or get the fuck out of here. I don't want to feel your energy. If you can't talk to me, if you have my number and you're in my life and you should be talking to me, and if you can't talk to me, why do I need to pick up on your energy here? You're taking the time and space from my seekers. I'm here for them. I want to enjoy your messages and your wisdom, but I don't want to hang out with you. That's bizarre. Cowards. How come I'm so brave, but I'm surrounded with so many cowards? How is it that a brave person is surrounded by so many cowards? I need to turn on the AC and then I'll start Libra. Sorry. Oh no. Wait. There we go. It's okay. Hold on. I'll be right back. I'm turning on the AC. Okay, I'm sorry if it creates some noise because my AC tends to be a little bit loud, which is why I don't turn it on usually when I film. Why am I always fix my hair? Because energy goes through the hair. And when I'm like buzzing, it's like I feel it in my hair. Okay? Just accept my nature. Thank you. Ah, all the judgment. I'm like the I always get so scrutinized by judgment. It's crazy. And like I don't do shit other than exist, other than try to be helpful. Fuckers. Not you guys. You guys are my angels. I just wish people in my life would love me 10% than how you love me. Seriously, you guys have saved my life. The love and the respect that you guys give me saved my life. Because otherwise I would be without. Do you think you owe me? You don't owe me anything. I owe you. I'm not helping you. You're helping me. Maybe I have this face, but when I'm like with family and stuff, if I try to speak the way I speak, they will shut me down. I get such mockery and disrespect. It's crazy. Not now and today. And people that I know, people that I meet now, new people, are smart and wise, and they recognize and they hear me and they respect me. But the people that are supposed to see me, that are supposed to know my wisdom, that are supposed to know my heart, they're like the last. They're the last. And by the time they come around to it, I can't even look at them. That's how far they push it. That's how long they wait. That's how long people wait in my life to recognize me. When I'm gone, when I can't even stand the thought of you. They just wait until it's too late. Well, that wasn't planned. Okay, thank you guys for bearing with me. Libra. Libra. And you'll be surprised what people will sell me out for the smallest amount of money, for the meaningless type of respect from the stupidest people that they know they're stupid. for the trashiest woman, like, that already abused them for God knows how long. Like, people will sell me out for the cheapest. For the cheapest. People will wreck my life and completely ruin every opportunity, like burn a bridge with me for the cheapest, for the littlest. It's embarrassing. Like, if you had done that for something big, for something great, for a sacrifice that is meaningful, for someone fantastical, I'd be happy for you. I'd be you know, if you had ripped me off for an incredible amount of money, for change, if you had stabbed me in the back for the most meaningful thing of your career that will life transform you. No, for nothing. If you had taken me for granted for this amazing, incredible, brilliant, beautiful, liberating woman. No, cheap trash that clings on them. It's like, what does it say about those people? Because at first I thought it says something about me. Okay, if a trash is choosing over me, I must be sewage. But then I realized I'm not the sewage. They're the sewage. The level of capacity to choose something. I no longer make it about myself. I used to. I used to get so hurt. I don't make it about myself anymore. Now I'm just in utter, complete disrespect to so many people in my life. I see them as cookie monsters without the cookie, and not that scary. הכל משמיים. Everything is from the sky. I believe. I'm a believer. This was a very long rant. Oh, they are, Marina. Not that it was even needed, but yeah. Okay. No, because I don't cut people. Because I'm traumatized by so many people in my life that have died. I always have this fear that if I say something bad to someone, or if I hurt them, or if I tell them how I feel or what they did, or put them in their place, then they'll die the next day and I will live with the regret. So I don't even get to, because I know how fragile life is, I don't even get to put people in their place. It takes me a long time. I get there, but it takes me forever. It takes me forever to put my people in my life in their place, because, well, what if something will happen to them and then I can't take it back? So once I get to a point where I say something, that person had to really do it. Okay, enough about me. Thank you for your capacity and for your containment. I appreciate you. If you've stuck around this far, thank you. It's not granted. You have better things to do than to listen to my issues. I know that. And this is about you, and I want to make this about you. So let's be back on track. Okay, so Libra. Beautiful Libra seekers. For this conjunction. One, okay. Two. Libra. We have 8 of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, and 5 of Wands. Libra, you are trying to play it small and focus on your work and focus on your on the detail and the planning and do it right. But there is a hero's journey ahead of you, a trial by fire. You are not going to be able to play it safe. You can put your headgear, you can put your equipment on, you can pack a proper bag, but you're going on a journey of a major discovery and alignment with your destiny. It's going to be, you're going to meet dragons, you're going to meet lovers, you're going to meet all kinds of stuff, but it's going to be so inspiring and so mind-blowing. And as soon as you let go of the needs to control and plan and understand everything, because in this journey you won't be able to, you're going to have to act from your gut, from your instincts. You're going to have to play it by the ear. Some of you have been really training your skill and your knowledge, but not so much the being able to handle the element of surprise or played by the ear. It's kind of like when you study martial arts, but you're always studying in a very safe, planned environment, when you know what the person is going to do, what the person is, where they're going to try and punch, etc., where they just let you defend or attack. Like, it's very, it's very orchestrated. So you might have the skill and the technique, but you can't handle surprise, and you can't handle the volatility of a potential not so friendly encounter. Now, I'm not saying you're actually going into, God forbid, battle, but it's kind of similar. You've been practicing something or learning something or developing something in its systematic form in like a safe environment. Now you need to get out to the world and let it play out in reality. And be adaptive. Now it's okay. It's a journey of victory. And you have someone with you to fight the good fight with you, or just go through the journey. I like to give battle analogies, but please don't, I'm just dramatic like that, but don't take it like that. It doesn't actually mean you're going into something, God forbid, like a battle, but something within you about your life, okay? And this dragon, this is going to scorn everything you thought you knew. It's going to change everything you thought you knew. It's going to completely, if you've been on like a specific trajectory, a planned one, and you thought you knew where things are heading, get ready for a roller coaster of a journey. Thank you, Peter. Yeah, but it's a journey of victory, and it's going to forge you, really, really forge your ability, your knowledge, your talent. It's going to make you the real thing, the real deal. So far, you've been the good student. Now you're going to go out to the world and show that you're the real deal. Okay. That was Libra. Scorpio. Scorpio. Scorpio seekers for this conjunction. One. I'm feeling some people's in my life's like they're cringing. They're like, their chest is like cringing because of my rant that I just did. Well, it's about time you feel a little bit of what you made me feel. You want to resolve it? Talk to me. You can't resolve it? Get the fuck out of here. That's all I have to say. Scorpio. Okay. Wow. Wow. 5 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, and Queen of Cups. Okay, Scorpio. There is something you've been dreaming about, something from the past. A person, a situation, an event that has been constantly been on your mind. And this is something that has either ended or ended badly or has been or played out really in a bad way between the two of you or in your life, or and there's this just internalizing of all the events now. So this conjunction is going to stir up something that you've really suppressed from the past, that you've kept dormant because it was too much to handle. And maybe for some of you, maybe it's an aspect of responsibility or accountability that your psyche was trying to avoid. But it's something that is coming through to be really acknowledged. I'm picking up on someone that when they were young, they were walking in a field. This is someone that has been really alone in the world. Okay, so think either an orphan or an immigrant child or just like a dysfunctional household. But I see a child, like a very young energy, that would spend a lot of time outside of the house, outside of their home, and they would just spend a lot of time in the field, like with the grass here, like the tall grass and the plants and the flowers. And that's where they would escape to. And either you're this energy and all of this is coming to the surface, or if you're an adult, this could be a young energy that has been in your life. There's something very haunting about this energy. I'm not going to lie. There's something very haunting, that is coming up to the surface to be resolved, because the psyche can't contain it anymore. The psyche can't hold on to it and suppress it anymore. It's too much for it. So Scorpio, prepare for a very psychological. Oh, of course. I'm sorry. As the North Node is conjunction with Uranus and Mars, across from it, there's the South Node going through your sign. So it brings up, ghosts from the past. It's literally how it's playing out in the astrology. And the cards are just showing it perfectly. And someone that doesn't want to cope or can't cope might just leave your life. You might be someone from a place that doesn't want to cope with you, or you don't want to cope with them. I feel like it happened in the past. I feel like you've either thrown someone away or you've been thrown away somehow. And then that it's been some time perhaps, and then it's coming up to deal with or to acknowledge or to come to terms with somehow. So that's the thing that is prominent for you guys. Okay, Scorpio, thank you. I started with Taurus and now I just finished Scorpio, so we already did Cancer, yeah. So you can go back in time with this video. All right, so that was Scorpio. Next is Sagittarius. Guys, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to take another quick bathroom break. I really need to pee. I'm live. It's been 2 hours. I drank a lot of water. You gotta understand. It's humane of me, so it's going to be like a 2 minutes break. I'll try to make it shorter, but I'll be right back. Here, look at this pretty candle in the meantime. Oh, it's about to burn out. I have a new candle. Never mind. What can you look at? Just look at my apartment. Send good vibes. I'll be right back. Okay, are you guys still here? I understand if you left. Okay, I'm gonna light a new candle. We're doing Sag now. Sorry, I'm like reading the chat. Okay. You guessed it. Yes, I also combed my hair. Hey. Marina, yes, I recently moved, but a few months ago. Okay. Thank you for paying attention. All right. Saggy, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Message for Sagittarius from this conjunction. Sagittarius, message for Sagittarius from this conjunction. 2, and now 3. Message for Sagittarius from this conjunction. Okay. Interesting. So Page of Pentacles, Page of Swords, and the Lovers. Very mutable energy, Sag. Okay. Let me look at this. This is very interesting. 2 pages and the Lovers. It's like I'm talking to a Gemini. The reason why I'm so the message is what I'm focusing on from the cards is a bit of like deeper messages that can align with big processes that this conjunction can catalyst, trigger, open. So I'm looking at the cards, but I'm also looking a bit deeper. There's something to do with distance that is unknown somehow. So what do I mean by that? There's no real knowing, no telling how far this is going to take you. It can be very, very far. It could be quite near, but I'm hoping that that you understand what I mean by that. Yes, it absolutely can play out geographically. It's almost like some of you are, and it's very saggy to be in that place, but it's like you need to make a big decision as to where you live in the world. Some of you, especially those rising out there, like, where do I live in the world? What is my destiny? It's almost like you need to choose between completely different destined paths. Some might be safe, known, and clear and seen. You can see the horizon. You already know the terrain. And another is new, and it's an unknown territory. It's an unknown land, unknown person, future. Like it's like you don't know what it's going to create, and there's this big choice that you need to make. That will affect you, that will affect your environment. So a gate will open for you, Saggy, in which you'll have to decide which one to walk. Watch the entire first part of this, the entire first hour of this video to understand where the energy is trying to guide you towards, and that way you can make better, wiser decisions for you. Trying to play it safe at this time isn't going to work. Going with a familiar yet limiting option or place is probably not the best, because we're talking expansion, we're talking future, we're talking destiny, we're talking could be calculated risk, but risk nonetheless. We're talking bravery. That's what this energy requires, and that's what. So, and keep in mind, we're talking ascension versus descension. Look, if you're choosing between a past versus something from the past versus something new, if the past is really positive and good and loving and inspiring and makes you happy, truly happy, not just checklist happy, but truly happy, and there has been some sort of separation from unforeseen forces, then okay, that past could be a really great option to choose. However, if that past is something that has already failed, that has already hurt you, that has already limited you, that you already broke out of and crossed into a new terrain, a new field. And now it's like maybe like trying to pull you back in somehow with like old type of what's the word, manipulation, like maybe emotional, maybe a little bit of coercion, maybe emotional manipulation. Maybe they know how to press your triggers. Maybe it's familiar and safe, but it's also closed off and terrible. You don't truly want to go back there, but you feel like you have to for some reason. Please follow your heart. Please follow your spirit. Okay. But otherwise, I can't really tell you what to do. I'm just giving you like guidance as to how to look at the options. But it's big. It's a big life decision. It's meaningful, but you can do it. It's a destined crossroad. Interesting, Sag. Capricorn. Message for Cappies. Are you still around? Are you guys still in tuned? Give a sign. Let me know. Oh, so many cards. If you're watching and you're trying to comment on the chat and you can't, it's because you're not subscribed. So technically, you got to be a subscriber to write in the chat. So all you got to do is press the subscribe button, and then you can write your thoughts and express yourself. Okay? All right. Thank you, guys. All right, Capricorn. Capricorn for this conjunction. It's trining you. We spoke about it. You have Pluto in your sign. Message for Capricorn for this conjunction. North Node, Uranus, Mars. Capricorn. Ooh, ooh, whoa, whoa. Okay. Came out this way. Came out this way. Okay. The Moon, Six of Cups, and Strength card. Wow. Oh, the past. Oh, the past. Similarly to Libra, you have a level of hero's journey here, but going within to your deepest instincts, something that you've exerted a lot of energy and a lot of strength and a lot of power to restrain, to contain, to control. It has grown a life of its own. See here, this lion that you've been restraining. Maybe it's yourself, maybe it's an aspect of yourself is now splitting into three. The past, that something or someone that you thought you buried, you realize that they're still very much alive in your space, in your mindset, in your thoughts, in your psyche. You're in a prison of your own making. And all you have to do is step out of the lion's den to freedom. But you are so caught up in the reality that you've built for yourself that is based in past experiences. I should hold myself back because back then when I didn't hold myself back, this and that happened. I should not try this because back then when I did try this and that happened, right? And could have been negative. But you're constantly recreating that narrative by living by it. And you got to be out of that island. You're stuck on an island. And it has become the entire world, but there's an entire world out there across this ocean or across this cave or across this mindset that's just waiting for you to explore and live. This person is not the only person that exists forever and ever for you in your world, in your life. This job is not the only possible thing for you to make a living off of. This place is like, sometimes you got to take yourself outside of a situation to look at it for what it is, to have proportions. You don't have proportions. You're like you're in this bubble of existence that feels like everything. And this energy will you'll either submit yourself deeper to that and close yourself more into that, or the island will have to explode, or the cave will have to explode, and you'll have to run out. You've been battling with this lion inside this cave for such a long time. You didn't notice that life outside continues, and you're missing out on them or on it. And at one point, it will start crumbling down, and you'll have no choice but to run out. And then you'll be like, oh my God, there's a world. There's an entire world. There's an entire ocean that I didn't see because I was obsessed with this cup. You're in your own galaxy right now. You're in your own Milky Way, but there are other galaxies out there. And the reason why it's coming through is because this galaxy that you're in is on one hand, it's suffocating you, and on the other hand, it's constantly triggering you to put up a fight. So it makes you feel like you're alive because you're in constant dynamic in this. There's dynamics, there's whatever. I hope this makes sense, Capricorn. This is what came through. It's quite powerful. For those of you that understand what it means, I hope it liberates you. Okay, Aquarius. Message for my beautiful Aquarian seekers for this conjunction. Okay, 1, 2 more. Two. Oh, wow. I just want to say I really enjoy what I'm doing. I don't know why it just came to me like I get to look at art and mythology and symbolism and archetypes and connect it all together into delivering a profound, hopefully meaningful message. Like, that is such a privilege. I'm so grateful to just be sitting here with you guys. I can't even know. It just caught up on me. I'm sorry. I needed to express this gratitude. Because I'm such an art lover. I love art, and I get to have such classic art. The tarot is so artistic, right? It's so beautiful. And I think I'm reminded of art because of the star card. Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and the star. Hey, you. Okay, Aquarius. So hopefully this is somehow tapped into your energy, where maybe you're feeling very grateful for something that you have the privilege to do, or maybe this is a message to help you, to remind you, what it is you're doing is so amazing. Let's be grateful for what we have. But there's something so, with the Queen of Pentacles and the star card here, Taurus and Aquarius, first of all, we have the North Node in Taurus conjunct Uranus, right? Uranus rules Aquarius, and this is an earthly, this is a Taurian card. So it's coming through here in such integrated grounded, powerful, positive way for you. So this is going to play out in a really great way. Some of you are going to have an opportunity to show your artistry, your creativity, your talent to the world. Some of you are going to feel inspired to build something that is based on your passion and on your inspiration, and really succeed with it. Maybe you've been working on it for a long time, and now it's coming to culmination or fruit. There's a creative work and inspirational work that is also giving you tangible abundance and result, and it's amazing. There's a muse here, someone you're inspired by, and art is coming through so strongly. If you're an artist, like a literal artist, you might be selling a piece of art for a very profound, significant amount of money, and that might generate an incredible amount of other sales and success and exposure, like for your craft. So that's very specific, I know, but you can apply it. It doesn't have to be art. It could anything that is your creative streak. Love, there's a very loving, stable connection here. Some of you are creating something that is both creative and out of the box, but also down to earth in a way that can really, like, it's artistic, it's beautiful, but it's also practical and tangible. Some of you are graffiti artists, like you paint on in nature, like outside, or your art somehow, what you do somehow has to do with the outdoors. Maybe you're building homes, but it's something creative. Maybe it's like sustainable with the earth. You've recently dove into inside, like you've really dealt with your demons. You've done some shadow work, Aquarius. So this is where it's paying off really well. This is where you get rewarded, and you have renewed energy for manifestation and creation, and you're going to manifest a lot of abundance, a very loving, stable relationship, a very abundant, inspiring work, career path. This is also an influx of money. This is very specific and probably not for most of you, but some of you out there, you're going to come into an incredible amount of wealth. There's a lot of wealth here, financial wealth, that is either to do with real estate and or art. And if it's something else, then it's something else. For some of you, you've made a very smart investment, and it's going to start really growing as soon as the market gets back on track, or at least the companies that are sustainable anyway. Other companies might collapse. If you're investing, if you're taking advantage now of the market crash, do not invest. Even if they look like short term they're going to succeed, listen to the witch, please. Do not invest in companies that are not sustainable and are not in line with the harmony of nature. Trust me on that one. Even if everything looks like the opposite, like in the next year they're going to bounce back, blah blah. They just came up with this. They can't. This is the planet. Look, stop. Man tracht und Gott lacht. Man plans and Goddess laughs. Listen to me. I don't care how reasonable it looks versus how unreasonable something else looks. Invest in sustainability that is long lasting, that is pro animals, that is pro alternative natural health, or technology. Yes, definitely technology that is going to benefit the planet and or animals somehow. Listen to me. Trust me on that one. I recently started to invest. I will not tell you to do something that I don't do. Okay? The obvious money isn't necessarily the money. Unless you think like I do, and then what's obvious to me is obvious to you. There's something that is very obvious to me, but not necessarily obvious to other people. It will be hidden from other people. Be like, oh no, that doesn't make sense, or oh, that's too weird, or oh, that's just a trend. It's not gonna. It's just listen to me. Now, don't invest. Don't put money that you don't have to lose. Don't risk something that you can't lose. If you have extra cash, okay, after your rent, after your mortgage, after your health, after a little bit for, you know, disaster, whatever, surprising circumstances, after you feed yourself and you feed your children, after all of that, after you pay your bills, after you close your debt, if you have some extra cash and you want to invest in the long run. Don't play the short game now. Don't play the short game now. One or two things that you know have a future, that you see because that you can see it's sustainable. Invest in sustainability. Will pay off. If it cleans the ocean, if it's a new technology that cleans the ocean, that. Cultured meat, that. Okay? Things like that. Do whatever hits home to you, whatever you like, but things like that. It's examples. Okay? Mushroom leather, that. No, leather won't exist forever. No, it's not a safe thing to invest in. Quite the opposite. Very dumb of you. Okay? If it's exploitive of the innocent, listen to me. Some of you out there are insisting, no, I know finances. No, don't teach me. I've been doing this X amount of years. It's not going to stay the same. It's not going to stay the same. The world is completely transforming. You see it now. If you work at a bank, you really know it. The banks don't tell us how much they're struggling, but the banks know that they're struggling. Soon enough, they're going to have to, fight for air. Don't be like, I know. No, you don't. If it strips the innocent, if it exploits the innocent, do not put your money into that. Even if it looks like an opportunity, even if you've made a career out of taking advantage of wartime and difficult situations, and you know how to play this game. I know you know how to play this game. I'm telling you, the game is changing. I'm telling you, the board on which you learned how to play the game well is completely transforming. The rules are changing. Okay? I need to charge the... Sorry, the battery is dying. So I need to... There we go. And that applies to all of you, not just Aquarius. I just know Aquarians are so stubborn. They're going to be like, no, I know how it works. Okay, you know how it works, big shot. Go lose your money. No, you're the smart financer. You know. What do I know? You're right. What do I know? I'm not into finances. I'm not a financial advisor, but I see. And when it comes to long-term investments, you got to be able to see the future. And that's when a witch knows way more than any investor, than any banker, than anyone. Because I fucking see. Don't say I didn't advise you. Don't say I didn't advise you. Okay. That was Aqua. Pisces. Invest in beauty, invest in art, invest in goodness, invest in sustainability, invest in your heart, invest in your soul. Don't go from here, I'm telling you. Okay. Pisces. Oh my God, you need a weekend to watch this video afterwards. Message for Pisces. For this conjunction. My Piscean seekers. Ooh. The World, that's one. Two more. One more. Pisces for Pisces. Oh, too many. One more. Two more. Okay. Ooh. You got a dramatic reading like Virgo. Almost. Not as much, but almost. The World and Two of Wands. Partay. 10 of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. Pisces, you're going to rule the world. When spirit rules the world. Boom. When the cosmos takes over and be like, okay, I've let you little ants of humans play around. Now the cosmos is intervenes. We've received temporary permission from Source to not absolutely honor your goddamn free choice that you keep messing up with. We're going to show you what. We're going to inspire you. We're going to show you the way. Because we can't afford you making so many freaking mistakes. There needs to be an evolution of consciousness now. Humanity needs to get to a certain level. Enough of being dumb. Enough. Free choice is holy, yes, but we had to honor it. But now we're getting a break. We're going to take advantage of it, and we're going to show you some stuff. Pisces, you're going to see some stuff. Look at that. The World, Two of Wands, 10 of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune. Major recognition, major success, major achievement, something big. This is huge for you. Some of you are going to be like, you're going to be placed in positions where you're seen because the universe, spirit trusts you to inspire properly, to bring forth love, to bring forth a euphoric way of thinking that is inclusive and conclusive. You're going to be placed as a guru. You're going to be placed as a leader. You're going to be placed as a speaker. You're going to go viral on your videos. Your word is trusted by spirit, and hence your word will echo. Pisces. Boom. Pisces in the house. All the sweet Pisceans out there that people are like, oh, Pisces will be late. Oh, Pisces is confused. Oh, Pisces is so imaginative. Oh, Pisces is so euphoric. Oh, Pisces has such an incredible imagination. Things will start playing out that will show that Pisces was on point. And then people are like, oh my God, Pisces. Oh my God, Pisces knew. Oh my God, Pisces said that. I thought they were crazy. I thought it was just something that they just said. But oh my God. Let's call Pisces and ask them. Oh my God, I need someone to speak there. I remembered I saw this. I remember hearing Pisces says this and that. We're going to have Pisces publicly speak there. This can work. This will also, if you're not in a loving relationship, if you're not with your soulmate, it will collapse. It will end. And a very meaningful soulmate is going to enter your life. The soulmate. Some of you are going to be on the path to being with the one. Very meaningful. I don't know why specifically the Taurian energy of Mars being there and Uranus being there and the North Node being there applies to you. I know it sextiles you, okay, but it feels so much more than that. So I don't know what your placements are. I don't know what you do. But this is when Gaia puts the people that serve her in the front line in stardom. So you're part of this. So don't betray that. Don't and you still have more to learn. Don't be like, oh, Morgane said I know everything. I didn't say you know everything. I said that you're aligned. You're in tune, so you can learn it. You have the capacity to learn. You have the capacity to process. Some of you are simply, it plays out as like engagement, marriage, traveling with the love of your life, something really romantic. And simultaneously, you might be also inspired to study something that your soul really desires to learn, that can really expand itself. It's like a new path of studies. Some of you are moving far away to be with someone that you really love or to study something that you're passionate about. Incredible. Incredible. Pisces, boom. Whew. We have Aries left, and then that's it. No, Aries and Ophiuchus. I'm already 2 hours and 45 minutes in. I may as well. Any of you that will timestamp this, thank you so, so much for your service. Thank you. Aries. It's sort of happening right next to you. Maybe not to you, but right next to you. To the person right next to you. Whoa, what's happening to you? Why are you zapping? I don't know. Taurus is right next to you, right? So it affects you by default. You're a trooper. Thank you. Okay. Aries. This conjunction, Mars, Uranus, North Node for my Aries seekers. Five of Wands. Two of Cups. Ooh. Oh. Okay, I'm going to show you. Five of Wands, Two of Cups, and Two of Cups and Five of Cups. Oh no, Aries. No, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. That came off really wrong. Okay. Look, you're free. You're free. No one can take away your freedom. But when someone stands by you for a very long time, thick and thin, goes through so many difficulties for you, shows up for you, takes risks for you, expands for you, just is loyal to you. And then one day you're just not in the mood anymore, or they do something, the smallest thing, right? They do the smallest thing and now they're no longer perfect and you feel betrayed. Some of you, I'm picking up. Okay, it's a combination of two different things. Some of you, I'm picking up, are going to take or have been taking someone really for granted, and they're leaving. They feel like they just can't give anymore, one-sidedly, and then they're leaving, which is natural. And some of you are the ones who are doing the leaving. Something that have been in your life for a very long time. Now, it was a combination of struggle, but of also romance. There's like, this looks like a tumultuous relationship, love relationship, where there's a lot of love, but also a lot of challenges. And I'm seeing the last straw on the camel's back, where one of you is like, that I can't. I just can't stay here any longer. So I'm seeing like something that has been a long journey in your life, meaningful in your life, is walked away from. Now, again, I don't know if it's the other person walking away from you or you walking away from the other person. It's literally all I'm getting. It's a goodbye. Goodbye, farewell. It's almost like when you have a common goal or even a common enemy, it brings people together, right? It brings you really together with someone, especially you. You're the sign of the warrior. You're the sign of you're goal oriented. You're the hero's journey, right? You storm into battle. You go for the thing, and so when you have someone that you share that journey with, where either you're both heading towards something very specific or running away from something very specific or coming together for the sake of something specific to make happen, or then it connects you emotionally, right? It connects you emotionally. It creates a bond. But what happens when that mission is over? What happens when that threat is gone? What happens when that thing is accomplished? What happens when that path ends? If the connection was established based on that, what happens to the connection now? That's where the real test comes in, where you truly know whether you're actually connected to this person or not, or maybe it was just a temporary common goal. And I think a lot of you are going to realize with this conjunction, with this energy, that the common goal has ended. And it's been very meaningful, and it's been very poignant, and it's been very powerful, and possibly if it's love, then it's been very loving and bonded. And if it's work oriented, then you've achieved a lot together, whatever. But now it's over, so it's just like this natural phasing out or this natural drifting away, and you're going to be like, why did something that I felt so connected to suddenly feels so distant from me and so detached from me? That's why. That's what it is. Okay. All right, Aries, I hope this was helpful, and I'm sorry if it wasn't fun to hear. Last but not least, Ophiuchus. Okay, Ophi. Before I move on into Ophiuchus and before we end this video, if you want to study tarot from me, check out Tarot Masterclass Bunkai. It's on Vimeo. It's 90 pre-recorded classes where you study everything about tarot from me while undergoing a shamanic spiritual journey with me. It's pre-recorded, so you take it at your own pace. Check it out below. All the details is there. If you want to get tons of VIP content, check out Patreon. Over there, there's all the monthly extendeds. For all the zodiac signs, there's lunar messages from runes, animal spirit, and tarot. There's karmic shift and liberation. It's a special project that I've created for this decade to help you through your karmic journey, through karma and into dharma. It's by the sign. So you can also find it for separate purchasing on Vimeo, but it's for unlimited streaming on Patreon. If you want to book a reading with me, go to the existentialshift.as.me. As a patron on Patreon, you receive 20% off. So write me on Patreon and I'll generate a discount code for you if you want to book a reading. What else? If you want to support the channel with a monthly subscription, not Patreon, but here on YouTube, you can join as a channel member. It will make you stand out when you make comments, either in the chat or in the comment section. It's for a reciprocation of the energy for all the free content that I already post on YouTube regularly. It's $1.99. It creates an energetic link to the channel. But regardless of that, it's just a great way to show appreciation and reciprocation. So thank you for my channel members. That's it. Okay, Ophiuchus. Message for Ophiuchus from this conjunction, please. Seeker 13. 1, 2 more. That's too many cards. Just 2 more. 2, 3. Okay, 2 of Pentacles has been coming up a lot. We have King of Wands, 2 of Pentacles, and 9 of Swords. You have been building a lot on top of a world of chaos and pain, and you've been building well. Unfortunately, you haven't been dealing with all of this 9 of Swords energy and all these demons and all these anxieties and all these memories and all the pain. You've been building well on top of it. And so if you don't address it, if you don't fix the sewage system, it will overflow and ruin what you've been building. You got to go to the basement. You got to go to the skeleton. You got to go to the psyche. You got to go to the sewage. You got to go to all of it and deal with it and clean it. You have to cut away the people that are hurting you. You have to feel the feels. You have to take that therapeutic thing. You have to deal with it. You can't let it stay there because it's coming up in your dreams. It's coming up in when you're supposed to be happy and calm and satisfied with what you've built and achieved. Suddenly it sneaks up on you. It could be grief. It could be loss. It could be fear. It could be really anything. And you have so much to look forward to, and you've done so much. Don't let it sneak up on you just because. Let's talk about depression. Okay, and please, when you timestamp this, also timestamp talking about depression, because it's for Ophiuchus, but it's for all seekers. What happens when light runs away from darkness? What happens when light leaves darkness? Darkness grows. It doesn't go away. It doesn't suddenly become light. So when you push through the depression, when you push through the pain, when you force yourself to do the task, when you force yourself to be creative and doing the thing and just pushing through the depression and the sadness, like many psychologists will tell you, and many life coaches will tell you, and they're all so dangerously wrong. When you run away from that depression, from that deep rest that your spirit aches for, it overcomes you. It becomes greater. So you become a machine. Your mechanism operates. You force yourself to get up at a certain time in the morning. You force yourself to eat that thing. You force yourself to call that person. You force yourself to do the right things and be productive and fight that depression. It grows. Because that's what you do. You take your light and you run away with it. I don't know how many times I'm going to have to keep saying this. The only way out is in. Crawl into your den of pain and feel the goddamn thing. Call your boss, say, I'm not going to show up for a week. Don't just disappear because you don't want to suffer the consequences of disappearing from society. Send that text. Tell that partner that you're into so much, that they're so amazing, that tell them, I feel like if I stay here right now, I'll sabotage this, I'll hurt you. I need to deal with some darkness. I need some time off. Let me call you in a week. Let me call you in a month. Let me call you when I'm done with it, but I need you to give me that time. So they know. Okay? But you do whatever, extend that little bit of thing that you have to in order to take that time and go deep. Now, every single one of you is plagued by something else. If you're suffering from depression, anxiety, all those things. If you have, for example, God forbid, suicidal thoughts. Let's say you, God forbid, imagine taking a gun and finishing it. So when I say go into it, I never mean tangibly, practically, actually exercising that thought in reality. No, I don't. That's not what I mean by saying go deep. I don't mean take those pills. I don't mean pull the trigger. I don't mean that. I don't mean take that jump. No. Actively, physically, in your actions, no tangible exertion of that. Close yourself up in a room. For example, if the thoughts are pulling a trigger, you cannot have a trigger in your home or anywhere near you. You close yourself in a safe environment where if you go deep in your thoughts, it can't manifest as physical, tangible exertion of that. Just to be very, very clear about that. But once you're very clear about your inability, physical inability to actually follow through physically with that, aka you're in a safe environment, then in your mind you go there. You dive into that imagination fully, into the thing that you're trying to avoid thinking about because it's so dangerous. Rightly so, it is dangerous. No one should be pressing any triggers, okay? But whatever it is, that's just an example. Whatever it is, you go there in your mind and you feel it truly. And everything that it means, everything that it can mean. How will it feel to be done with it? How will it feel to be gone? How will it feel to know that your family or friends are in so much pain and agony for your loss? How will it actually feel? Again, you cannot have any sort of physical manifestation of those thoughts. That is not what I'm saying. I mean, emotionally and psychologically, dive. Not to your actual pool, but to the pool of the psyche. Dive. And be all in it for as long as you need to. And let yourself cry and let yourself hurt and let yourself scream and let yourself feel and let yourself not be productive and or strong or smart. That is so abusive. It makes you more exhausted. When you're tired, the medicine is sleep. When you're thirsty, the medicine is water. When you're hungry, the medicine is food. You got to give yourself what you need. If you're tired, rest. If you can't function, stop. Let yourself be weak, tired, unproductive, negative, depressed, all that jazz that you judge yourself so much for, that society judges you so much for. We judge ourselves, so we judge the other. We scrutinize ourselves for being human and for having it hard in this very difficult world. This is such a difficult realm. It is. There's so much beauty, there's so much love, but there's so much pain and there's so much challenge. It is very hard here. And you can't scrutinize yourself for having some hard time. And if you scrutinize yourself for having a hard time, you then in turn go and scrutinize the other, and it's just a perpetuation of the pain. Just everyone stop. Sit down. Give it to yourself. Just spend day after day after day with zero judgment, just watching your favorite movies or eating your favorite, hopefully vegan ice cream, but I'm not in a judgmental sphere right now, right? And then when your spirit is restful, when your spirit is purged, when your spirit is cathartically released from these painful knots inside, because when you pull, the knot gets stronger, right? When you pull the rope and there's a knot, it just gets tighter and tighter. So you keep pulling yourself out of feeling the pain, and all the knots get tighter and tighter. You're making it worse. Loosen the grip, and then you'll be able to the rope will naturally untie itself. Let nature run its magic. You are part of this ecosystem. Once your mechanism has had its due rest, you will naturally want to get out of bed. You will feel more energized. You will want to stretch. You will want to eat that vegetable. You will want to go out for a walk. You will want to call that person. Now, if you're in a position where you're about to do something that will hurt you, call that person. Call that person to help you, to get you out of it. In advance, before you go into that cave that I just described, take out anything in your home that could be dangerous to you. So that way you are safe to go into that underworld and lose your mind. Okay? And I've been talking, this was for depressed people who suffer from depression, be it from circumstances, God forbid, from a loss or really terrible events, and or if it's clinical depression, whatever it is. Especially if you're suicidal, you have got to come off the other end by going into it. Otherwise, it will keep chasing you. It will keep nitpicking at you. Okay, now I've given exceptional amount of disclosure to make sure that you don't misunderstand me, that I'm not putting you in harm's way, that I'm not encouraging you to hurt yourself. No. This is not about, God forbid, hurting yourself. This is about letting yourself feel. It will feel painful, meaning go into this purging of crying or yelling or whatever. It won't be fun, but it will be cathartic. And that's important. And all the psychologists and all the coaches and all the spiritual teachers that tell you, do the thing, put on a smile, it's so abusive. They're not doing it intentionally. They are dealing with it themselves. They don't mean to hurt you, but they are hurting you. So I'm here to tell you, please stop fighting. Because the more you fight, the more you exhaust yourself, the more tired you get. You see this? This is building on top of this. This vacuum, this dark hole. Dark holes take in all the matter, right? They swallow the planets. You think a planet that tries to resist a dark hole can do that? There's no way. So don't building floors and floors and mountains, building mountains above the ocean. It will just keep sinking and keep sinking. You got to go dive deep into the ocean and start building the mountain from the top, from the ground. This is the ocean, right? You're trying to build mountains on top of the oceans. It's ridiculous. It keeps sinking, keeps sinking, it keeps sinking. You can't keep your head up. Doesn't matter how much you're building, how much you're creating, how much you're doing the work. Keep sinking. You got to dive and start building from the ground. And you'll build one floor and it will still feel sad. And you'll build another and you'll still feel sad. You'll build another. But at one point, you'll be building through how you truly feel, through your psyche, with it, not against it. And then one day, you'll feel like you can breathe. And then the next floor you'll build will be above water. And above water. And before you know it, you're out there. and you're truly happy, you're not forcing the smile, you're truly happy, you're truly energized, you're truly healed. Turn dark into light. Return the bad, keep the right. All is good. All is safe. Dark is light. Dark is light. Everything is right. Amen. You got this. Stay magic. Stay true. I love all of you.